Give us a second. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Just give us a second. I think one of our team members not here.
Yeah, sure.
Can you guys make Karthik the panelist?
Yes, that's done now.
Give me 1 second. I'm adding my background. Right. Sorry, guys.
You guys good to go?
All right, I think we'll start first. So, hello everyone. We'll be presenting a similar topic as the previous group, and yeah, so our solution is the PPPal carrier. The PPPal carrier is a device that makes transporting wheelchair users a breeze. So here is the content that we'll be covering. I'll first be presenting the introduction and conclusion. And Audie and Karthik will be presenting on the problem and solution. So we first start with a self-introduction. We are a team of students from NTU studying aerospace engineering with a passion for innovation. I'm Jing Hao, the project engineer. Audison is our design lead, and Karthik is our project manager. We have the honor of working with Cerebral Palsy Alliance of Singapore, whose vision is aligned with ours, which is to empower persons with cerebral palsy or multiple disabilities to realize their full potential. So I'll now pass my time to Audie.
Hello everyone, I'm Audie. So CPAS has asked us to come up with a way to transfer clients safely from wheelchair to any van so that they do not have to use any hydraulic vans. That's because the cost of hiring one is expensive, and the clients are the ones who bear this cost through monthly fees of about $700 to $800. Also, hydraulic vans could only fit 3 to 4 clients, substantially lesser compared to a 16-seater van. In addition, even though CPAS do have normal vans, clients are transferred manually by 2 to 3 caregivers, which put them at risk. According to an interview with them, 7 out of 9 caregivers already have back injuries due to repetitive carrying of clients. A ramp was also considered to help push the wheelchair into a high position. However, it was found to be physically strenuous and dangerous to do so. And also, as you can see from these images, it's not viable to install a ramp due to the space constraint that the CPAS parking lot has. Hence, we have to come up with an idea that is compact and easy to use. Lastly, as mentioned before, hydraulic vans are expensive and have a limited amount of space to cater for many clients that CPAS has. Currently, CPAS is renting about 7 to 8 hydraulic vans, showing that there are many that rely on this as a form of transportation. Hence, eliminating this cost would financially help the clients. With all this considered, we have come up with an innovative solution which Karthik will go into great detail on.
Hi everyone, my name is Karthik. I will be describing our initial idea as well as our final solution. As you can see in the diagram, we wanted to use a portable hydraulic system attached to the side of the van door. Yes, and this in this diagram. And by attaching the hoist to the client in the wheelchair and then lifting up using this system and then finally placing them back on the seat and removing the hoist, this would be used initially. So these are the diagrams that we have drawn to have our initial idea, which was to use the ground as a support, and as well as you can see, there's a roof clamp on the support, and this would swing in the client from the wheelchair towards the seat and lower them. This was what we thought could be implemented as a solution initially. Next. We then went on to the ground at CPAS to get a better understanding of how the problem is and how our initial idea might work, only to realize that our ideas were not as applicable as we thought they could be. There were a few reasons, one of them mainly being the limited distance and space between the vans and also the ease of using the device. Then we tried to improve and came up with our mini prototype as shown in the diagram. Let's look at the components for the mini prototypes. As you can see, there are tracks for horizontal movements which are placed along the roof of the van inside, and as well as a motor to lift the client and lower the van. Give me a moment for technical issues. Can we get back to the slides? All right. It's on top. Yes. Slightly below. Yes, correct. Okay. Sorry for the technical delay. Now we'll continue on with the presentation. So as you can see, the motor is used to lift the client and it's with the rig fully on top. And there's a sling attached to lift the client from the wheelchair, and as well as the image of the wheelchair is shown. And as well as in the last left-hand side, you can see the toggle control for vertical movement up and down for the client to be used along with the motor. Okay, next. We can see that here in this slide, we show step 1, 2, and 3 of how to lift the client from the wheelchair and place them in the seat of the van. As you can see, step 1 is to lift the client and slowly pushed up by the caregiver, and once they're aligned with the seat of the van, we can then slowly lower down using the motor in step 2, and finally step 3, once they're seated on the seat of the van, we can then remove the sling and the hoist, and we have successfully transferred the client from the wheelchair to the seat of the van. Next, we understand there are some further improvements that we could make, definitely, and the first one being that we need to be able to support the weight safely for the clients, and as well as the whole system should be compatible and small enough to be placed inside the van. And also, the smooth track system is important for us to enable that our clients are being transferred safely as well as comfortably. This is only an initial prototype stage, and definitely there are more improvements that could be made. And we understand that once we work more closely with CPAS, we will be able to improve the prototype and definitely bring this to good use. And with that, now I would like to pass my time over to Chin Hao to give the concluding statement.
All right, thanks, Karthik. We'll be carrying on with our project according to the timeline as shown. Our current prototype is of very low fidelity due to budget and time constraints. But with further sponsorship and funding, we aim to build a higher fidelity prototype and get even better feedback from customers before finally launching our product. Finally, we'd like to thank our mentor, CPAS Management, and Tech for Good organization for their invaluable advice and guidance. And we'd like to end off with a quote by Thomas Edison. There's a better way to do it, find it. Thank you.
Thank you, PPPal, for that presentation. And it was a really interesting take on the ramp wheelchair problem. And yeah, I really like that the way you guys described the problem statement and how the presentation was really coherent and well organized. So one of the questions that I have over here is going through this whole process of prototyping, designing. How did this project make you better engineers? What was your learning out of all of this?
So for an engineer, we all believe that there is different stages in any type of idea creation and prototyping, right? So we got to get a better understanding of how ideation works and how prototyping works. You can't just have an idea and jump straight to the prototyping. So we have to get some brainstorming done and then get some questions, interview people, get to know what and how can we improve the situation and what exactly are the details we need to improve the situation, and as well as see what we can work with, and as well as if we're not capable and if we're not equipped with the skills to, like for example, we used Arduino in this project, and if we're not capable with the skills, we need to learn on the spot as well to come up with ideas and work around with what we have. So these are the things that we learn as engineers, and I think that it's in any idea creation, this is necessary. Yep.
Yeah, I totally agree. Being quick on your feet is really important when you're doing quick, fast prototyping. Over the past 3 months, I mean, we've all been going through a lot of restrictions socially. Did any of that affect how you guys were developing this, especially because this is a hardware project?
So definitely, because especially due to the restrictions, it was quite tough to set arrangements with CPAS so that we could go down ourselves to better understand them. So it was our initial plan was pushed back by about a few weeks because it was tough to set a time. In addition to that, also we are in university, so it's very hard to find free time to go down. But even with that, because of a lot of the key takeaways that we had, we managed to still make it in time because we had a clear view of what we needed to do and what we needed to improve on. Due to the fact that we better understood who we are helping, who are supporting, and what better changes we can do with our product to better suit them.
Well, kudos to your perseverance to have gotten this far and put it all together. This is really amazing. And I wish you good luck for the competition. Thank you, PPPal, for this. I'd like to now